It seems very trendy to replace regular milk with some vegan nutty milk for coffee or cooking. Besides the fact that vegan milk is good for some special diets, does it taste the same when we use plant-based milk on our coffee and cooking? Now we are going to do some testing and tasting with different dairy milk alternatives. Today we will do a tasting for almond milk, cashew milk, and macadamia milk. You might find flavored milk or sweetened milk from the store, but for the best tasting results, we are using all original unsweetened milk. Almond milk. Kirkland almond milk, which is Costco's own brand, so we bought it from Costco. The cashew milk is from Elmhurst Milk Cashews. They make different kinds of nut milk, and it's our first time trying their products. We bought it from our supermarket, but it's also available on Amazon. Milkadamia macadamia milk. We really like this brand name, and we bought this from Costco, but also available on Amazon. One of the biggest selling points for plant-based milk is that the calorie count is a lot less than regular whole milk. From the brands we chose today, now we see that compared to normally 150 calories per cup for whole milk, this almond milk has 30 calories per cup. Cashew milk has 130 calories per cup, and it's 40 calories per cup for the macadamia milk. Tasting 1. Tasting it cold. First, we tasted it cold to see what the flavors are and what level of creaminess they come with. After pouring, we see that almond milk looks dark but thin. The color for cashew milk looks the lightest, but the texture looks thick. The macadamia stands in between for both color and the thickness. Almond milk, mild flavor, not very creamy, naturally a little bit sweet. Cashew milk, nutty flavor, very creamy and smooth, closest texture to whole milk. Macadamia milk, strong nutty flavor, has a distinguishing raw macadamia taste, creamy but not very thick. Tasting 2, heating up the milk. The almond milk's aroma and nutty flavor got stronger. Its texture still close to fat-free milk. The cashew milk lost its nutty flavor and it's still creamy with some chunks. The macadamia milk, the aroma got stronger. Flavor pretty much remained the same with a little less raw taste. Tasting 3, blind taste in hot coffee. Since we're tasting different cups of coffee, we are using our large French press to make a good amount of coffee so that all 3 cups of coffee have the same flavor and consistency before we add any milk and sugar. We are adding just a teaspoon of sugar each cup of coffee to keep the sugar content just enough for flavor but not overpowering the coffee and milk flavor. We are adding the exact same amount of hot milk to the coffee for fair comparison. The color of the 3 cups of coffee look obviously different after adding milk. In order to prevent judging with our eyes, we're going to cover our eyes for the tasting. Let's see how it turned out. All right, so we're going to sample. Let me get you this one first. How was it?
I think this is either the cashew or the macadamia milk.
All right. Let's do... There you go.
This is the macadamia nut. The flavor is still very strong.
Is that so? Okay.
That's the last one?
Mm-hmm.
That's the almond milk?
Congrats. You were right on all 3 counts. The almond milk wasn't very creamy. It had a mild taste, but it blended well because there were no chunks. The cashew milk didn't look the best because of the chunks that came up, but it still tasted good, still creamy, and blended well with the coffee. The macadamia milk texture is similar to that of the cashew milk, maybe not as creamy and has a little bit of chunks. The macadamia flavor turns out to be very strong in the coffee with enough sugar added, probably tasting like adding flavored syrup to your coffee. That means for those who really like nutty flavor, using macadamia milk will really give you the fix you're looking for. But if we're looking for just an alternative of a cup of coffee with regular milk, this is probably not the best choice. Tasting 4, blind taste in cold brew coffee. We prepared 12 ounces of cold brew coffee for 3 cups of iced coffee. Each cup of coffee will be about 4 ounces. We will add 1 tablespoon of homemade simple syrup to each cup. As well, we will add 2 ice cubes to keep the temperature low. And eventually, we fill up with milk. With almond milk, the color didn't change much. It looks dark and watery instead of creamy. With the cashew milk, it looks thick when adding it to the coffee. After mixing, it blended well and the color changed a lot. It looks creamy like a cup of coffee with whole milk. For the macadamia milk, it looks the thickest when adding to the coffee, but surprisingly, the color and texture change turns out to be in between the other two. As before, the 3 colors are different, so we're going to do a blind taste. Okay, so we're going to do test number 1. Okay, I'll take that. All right, ready. Be careful. All right, I got it. Finisher. Go for it. Last one. Okay. Which is
The
which?
first one is almond milk. Second one is the macadamia milk. The third one is cashew milk.
Well done. Well done. With almond milk, it wasn't creamy and it had a mild taste. It probably needs a lot more almond milk to make it taste different. The coffee flavor remains the strongest out of all the 3. With the cashew milk, it blended very well. The texture has enough creaminess and a little bit of nutty flavor, and it did not overpower the coffee. With the macadamia nut, the texture for this is like a cup of coffee with creamer. While the texture is not bad at all, the raw macadamia taste is very strong, and it definitely overpowered the taste of coffee. Overall, when it comes to a simple cup of coffee, we believe the winner is cashew milk. In terms of both creaminess and flavor, it is the closest to regular whole milk out of these 3. However, looking at the nutrient facts, cashew milk has 130 calories per cup versus 30 calories for the almond milk and 40 calories for the macadamia milk. That probably explained a lot. On a side note, Elmhurst, along with Silk and others, do make other nutty milks, and some of them hit the 130 calorie threshold, and that is something we may need to test down the road. Thank you for watching.